What's up, everybody? It's Brandon from Box Office Banner Cult Flick Symposium, and I'm on further catch-up duty, and I'm back. You gotta say that, Brandon. Back with another horror movie. Five Nights at Freddy's. Woo! I'll say this much. I actually really enjoyed the start of this movie. You know, Josh, is it Hutcherson or Hutchinson? Huh. Yeah, whichever one that is. However you pronounce this motherfucker's name. Is there an R in there? I like him. He's good. He was okay in this movie. Matthew Lillard. Like most of, just the collective horror community. Cool to see him in this movie, and I think he's really good in his role in this movie. Everything else, so fucking average, bro. I cannot get into this movie at all. Again, much like Exorcist Believer that I reviewed on this channel, I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it. Just didn't really elevate anything for me. I think this movie, I won't put it on that level. I feel like it did try, but I think a big reason, and I'll say the biggest reason this movie didn't resonate with me is it's already kind of just like animatronics killing people. Do I really like that? I don't know if I like that. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it sounds like that good of a premise. It's just kind of like, okay, that's a horror movie. I get it, but I don't really like the idea of that. It's not up my alley. It's not quite my style, but it's one I would tune into. But the biggest problem is I tuned into it twice already in the last 2 years. There was a little movie called Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage, and I walked away from that kind of how I expected to. Okay, yeah, that was fun-ish, but not really my thing. It was okay, one-off watch. There's another little movie that I think lesser people know about called The Banana Splits or something. Same exact vibe. Feels like the same exact movie, and it was a little, same vibe. It was okay, I had decent enough time with it, but not really my thing. Okay, then I see it a third time, and this is a more watered down, less violent version of those two movies, and I left for that reason, I think, being okay, man, I've seen this enough. Maybe once every 10 years I can watch a movie like this, but it's getting repetitive for me now, and that's more on me. But I will say, out of those three movies, this is just, it's got, I guess, better actors all the way around. Obviously, let's not diss Nick Cage here. Not the Nick Cage, but it's that same, okay, not really my thing, but a decent movie. But this one's even less violent and less horror-esque, so it's kind of a fatigue thing mixed with that. I just can't. My little average score that I was going to give it lowers for that reason. I'm burnt out. I don't want to do these types of movies anymore. I've realized that. I guess third time's the charm. I walked into it maybe I'll have decent fun like I had with those two, and I walked out okay, not my thing, but fun enough, turned into not my thing. Okay, enough with this animatronic bullshit. That's just me, though. I think it's probably one that you could have fun with, I'm hearing, if you're a fan of the game. And then there's another problem I had with it. When I'm watching this movie, I'm kind of sitting there I don't really understand a lot. I understand the basics, but I don't understand, I feel everything that might be thrown at me that is in the game, because I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's, even though I've met at least a couple people that are just oh my God, it's so scary and it's cool. Never tried it or played it, though. And I feel maybe I could have enjoyed it a little more if I did indulge myself in that, but I have not. And until I do, and even if I do, I don't quite know if I'll ever revisit it. It's an average horror film that is just not very good, and due, like I said, to the fatigue of watching these kinds of movies lately, and they're not already my style, it kind of affected my viewing experience here, and the fact that it's even more watered down for kids than those other two also did not help it. Maybe if it was the first of its kind that I had seen, maybe I could have been yeah, decent enough, but it's not. And not my thing, man. Not my thing. And that's okay. You have things that are not your thing. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. You just like everything? Oh, okay. Cool to know. Yeah. No. decent attempt, but that's how I felt the whole movie. Just Yeah. Anyways, that is Five Nights at Freddy's, and I will not be spending one night at Freddy's anymore. Just kidding. I might revisit it. Who knows? Who knows, man? Maybe I'll feel up to it if I want to get my animatronic on. I know I did just go to Chuck E. Cheese yesterday with my kid, and the whole time I was looking at that motherfucker like, don't you try it, bitch. Don't you fucking try it. They scare me, man. That's why it's not my thing. Now I'm going to come clean. I'm fucking terrified. No. Yeah. Average. Love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.